Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all having a good day. A good day. Oh, smart. I can't even talk. All right, I'm gonna try out something else. I'm gonna show y'all pictures this time. Uh, anyway, what's been going on, guys? I've been trying to tell y'all a story about how a lot of stuff is pointing to threats against Donald Trump and how it's accumulating. Uh, was all started a while back, but if y'all remember back in 2015 and Trump's administration during 16 to 20, that he said he's going after the trafficking, human trafficking, especially child trafficking. You know, and ever since then, we've had a big problem with immigration. No doubt about it. Y'all seen the pictures, y'all heard the numbers and everything. Upwards of around 3 million, maybe even more, 4 million perhaps in the past 4 years. Yeah, I would estimate even quite a bit more than that. But there's estimating over 2,000 a day, and you imagine that for 4 years, and plus the time that Trump was in. It's been going on since Obama's administration. But guys, we've been having a bad problem with immigration, and there's no doubt about it. So anyway, Trump's decided he's going to do something about it, and as I've been telling y'all guys, it all has to do something with these. Ever since Trump during this time said he's going to go after stopping the border, basically saying he's going after human trafficking. The trafficking is bad, guys. It's everywhere. Let me see if I can find a couple things here about the human trafficking. Right here is one. This is not too long ago. The human trafficking awareness urged as Houston sees alarming rises in cases. So these are current affairs, guys. And another one: human trafficking is happening everywhere. Understanding the complex crime and its prevalence in Colorado. This is in every state. This is in every country, across every border, guys. We are not immune to it, but it's going on quite a bit. I even found some links, guys, to the recent things that we've been discovering going on about with this thing right here that we've seen in Los Angeles, about with this help and all these other symbols, guys, that does relate to human trafficking, as a lot of other people has thought about. So there is connection to this. Also, there's also connections to if I can find it right here, uh, this place right here called Buckley Space Force Base. Uh, it's near an airport, train tracks and everything like that, and it's on the direct route towards California. Uh, these are all connected, guys, about human trafficking, and I can go into more about it in human trafficking. That's another video, but this is all connected about human trafficking. Now, Trump said he's going to close the border. That is true. It's not just about the drugs, even though he's telling everybody it's fentanyl and all that other stuff, guys. It's about the control of human trafficking, plain and simple. And so that's going on. And what that's done, since he said that, that's put a bullseye on him and any of his administration, including Elon Musk. So, yeah, that is why we've seen the DC crash, where this aircraft, when it went down, was in line with the Capitol building. As y'all seen in other videos from the Designated Survivor series, the Capitol building laying in the ruins, flames and everything. And I said this is directly connected to a threat on Donald Trump and also Elon Musk. The DC crash was part of that threat. Also, other things that I said were part of the threat or the apparent threat was the event in New Orleans with the so-called terrorist attack there, with the truck crash, the Ford truck, 47 truck, electric truck, run basically, is signifying something towards Elon Musk. Also, the Tesla Cybertruck crash in Vegas, another link to Tesla and Trump, because it was a Ford truck in front of it, another electric Ford truck that's parked in front of the Tesla during the crash in front of the Trump building. You can't really say no that this is not a direct threat or direct point towards Donald Trump. Again, before this, when Donald Trump started saying he's going to close the borders and stuff, this happened right here. This one happened. Y'all remember back in July? This happened the next month in September, I think it was. There's another two more that they don't talk about too much anymore, but they never did find no actual proof. But at a couple of rallies, one in Pittsburgh, one in New York, people were found with weapons and explosives in their vehicles on the way to a Trump rally. So they don't talk about this because they really don't have proof that it was. But, there's that. So ever since then, the bullseye has been on Trump and Elon Musk. So as y'all know, Trump is the king of the deal. He is the man that created the art of the deal, right? And so far, he has been making deals, right? Y'all see that? Whoops, close your daggone thing. There we go. So here we go. He already started making deals. We got Trump agrees to pause tariffs on Mexico and Canada after they pledged to boost border enforcement. Part of the deal. I keep going there, guys. Denmark, another deal made. Denmark signals willingness to allow U.S. military presence in Greenland. That's important, guys. It's real important for us in our safety and security. So, El Salvador has agreed also to take on U.S. criminals in an unprecedented deal. Now, this is important because in one article, and there's been several articles about this, but one article, the main one that first come out, indicates that it will not be just immigrant criminals. It will be U.S. citizens, violent criminals, that will be sent to these other prisons in other countries. El Salvador, Colombia, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Panama, and other places like this. So yeah, that's part of the deal perhaps that's going on. So yeah, Trump is making deals. How's he doing it? Well, with threats. Okay, he said, the tariffs that he's been going on. Also, by increasing, here's one right here. Venezuela, another one about Venezuela. Trump's administration in talks to send Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador prisons, also back to Venezuela. So he has been making deals, talking, or his administration has been. Let's put it that way in his name. So also, Rubio went to Costa Rica, Guatemala, and focused on migration and security. Now, migration is not immigration. Migration is movement. Immigration is moving into, basically. So this is just basically stopping movement and also security. Getting Costa Rica and Guatemala. It's in Central America right above Panama. Real important in all this, guys, that's going on here in the next little bit. Close your daggone thing. There it is. So, we are making deals. Go back up here, guys. I'm sorry, I'm new at this. This is not in order. But another thing is, Canada announces new border rules following Trump's tariff threats. He's backed off those threats, as I said a while ago, guys. I mean, that's going on here. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. So we do have this going on, and he's got it controlled. I told y'all, guys, that this is connected to the cartels, okay? The Mexican, they're planning attacks with kamikaze drones. It says right here, one of the articles that came out right here was one of these. Another one, cartels unleash attacks on Mexican soldiers with drones. Cartels authorize use of drones against ICE agents. Cartels are not only in the United States, guys, I mean across the border, but they're in the United States too. So kind of wondrous, and I said that all this is about the cartels targeting. So when we go down here to what happened in Philadelphia, I mentioned this the other day, right here, that they mentioned everybody that was involved in it except the little girl. And I had found out that the little girl's, one of her surnames was Guzman. Guzman's name is El Chapo, is Guzman, the Sinaloa cartel. This girl was a member of the Sinaloa cartel family, no doubt about it. The aircraft taken down that's another bunch of stuff about it and everything like that. But it was a threat back, or a statement back to the cartels. Took out a family member because of all these other apparent threats that I've been telling you that has been going on against Trump and Elon Musk. This was an answer back. You see how this is working out, guys? There's no doubt that this is what's going on. Not in my mind. Hopefully you see it too. So we've got it all right here laid out in front of us. Now, O'Reilly came out yesterday. Bill O'Reilly, from used to be former Fox News, said Trump will use drones if the cartels do not withdraw. Already threatened the cartels. And the cartels has threatened the United States soldiers. The United States is sending an additional 1,500 more soldiers. The other day we had another 1,000. Before that we had 10,000. That's in addition to the other troops that have been sent there over the past few years. We have quite a few troops at the southern border. I got word earlier today that we have already started going in incursions into Mexico, battling cartel. It's war, guys. It's basically an undeclared war. So I'm telling you guys, this is what is all it. Now here's a picture of some of the Iranian drones. Some of them that they do have access to in Mexico, the cartels. These are attack drones, or suicide drones, or kamikaze drones, if you will. We've been seeing them used in Ukraine, and Iran, Israel, etc., etc. They not only have these guys, they have others too. There's some more pictures I have of some of these, if I can find them real quick. These right here. These are called the suicide drones. Right here. These are the ones that was used in Ukraine. They popped out of the back of a pickup truck. You can launch like 36 in a matter of just 4 or 5 minutes. They can form a small swarm with these drones. We also have these other ones like this right here. These are also suicide or kamikaze drones. They can carry a small charge with enough identification software inside of it to designate specific personnel. So they can use any kind of DNA sampling, other identification modes to send these drones directly to each individual person they want. So these also can be launched out of the back of a pickup truck, even out of the back of a hatchback or a SUV or anything else like that, guys. And they can do devastating attack on personnel. They're anti-personnel drones. So we do have them. Here's another one about how many more troops are going to the border. It's all over the place, guys. Reinforcing the southern border. Nobody's talking about what they're doing at the northern border, but that's to be seen. Here is another article I thought was startling. Is the Texas National Guard, which is any of the National Guard under the authority of Texas National Guard, is going to make immigration arrests under agreement with Trump administration. There's a little bit more to this than what they say, guys. They're not really. Here's the real thing is that these Texas Guard, the ones authorized in Texas, will be deputized with immigration and arrest authority. Arrest authority means anybody, not just immigrants. This is akin to the famed Texas Rangers that had autonomy all across the state of Texas without any kind of duress or restrictions on what they did. They were manhunters, no doubt. And this is basically akin to Texas giving out orders of Texas Rangers, basically. Ride 'em cowboys, right? It's wide open down there, guys. It's wide open. This is going to be spreading across the southern border all the way to Florida, in fact. So expect it, guys. And here's another article I found that Army is telling active duty units to prepare for deployment to the U.S. border. Up to a year deployment. Each one of these units are being deployed for over a year, or at least a year's deployment. So everything's right here, guys. And Trump moves to abolish FEMA, shift disaster response to states. So I don't know why that's in here, but I thought that was important. All right, sorry about that. But everything I'm seeing, guys, right now is all about this right here. Here's another one of these suicide drones. How they can be launched by throwing them by hand into the air, and I forget what kind of flight time. I think it's a couple. I forget how many miles it is or kilometers it is. But these are suicide drones or surveillance drones, either way you want them. They can be loaded up with a small payload and cause devastating damage or surveillance. This is going on, guys. One of the other things I found also interesting about what is so interesting about Greenland is, of course, we all saw that movie Greenland, but there's this Pittafunk. I don't know I'm sorry about the language, but it's also called the Thule Air Base in Greenland. It's a space base, a spaceport under the Kingdom of Denmark. So anyway, it's been in there since 1949 and all stuff like that. And I thought that was kind of interesting that, now all of a sudden we really got a lot more interest in it. If we actually I could show you the actual size of Greenland compared to the United States, guys, you would be amazed. But here's the logo of the space base. Is this right here, a six-headed dragon or Gorgon or whatever you call it. But what's interesting is each one of these sides has 3 claws and 3 heads. 3 claws and 3 heads, 666. If you notice, each one of the heads and the necks makes a 6. Also, symbolic of 666 again, all the way through there. It's kind of crazy what you find when you look around a little bit and everything. But guys, everything that I've been seeing going on here recently leads us to believe that, the attacks that's been going on, these odd events, tells me that they've been pointed towards attacks on Donald Trump and Elon Musk, etc. Remember what happened with the CEO. Again, I tried to tell y'all, I tried to point out that this was a threat to Donald Trump. The CEO, United CEO, a McDonald's, Monopoly Money, CEO on McDonald's also, and that Trump likes McDonald's cheeseburgers, and et cetera, guys. So many little things right there that just kind of points it out to you that this is what's going on. I don't know what else to tell you, guys. I can't really. One other thing right here. One of the things I did know that if they want to control the cartels in this area right here, show you a little something right here. This is a Rivet joint aircraft, the C-135. It's a multi-platform aircraft. They can use it for launching missiles, bombs. It can be a gunship, a surveillance ship, a radio craft, etc., etc. But it's also been launched or flopping down the Gulf of California under surveillance mode, I do believe, or maybe even as a gunship. But also covers the Sinaloa area, where the Sinaloa gang cartel, it reigns supreme. Again, that girl, or that young girl that was on that aircraft in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, was a Guzman. It crashed. It is on its way to Tijuana, which is in the beginning of the Sinaloa cartel land. Her last name was Guzman. El Chapo's last name is Guzman. El Chapo's son's last name is Guzman. There ain't too much really to point to many different ways that we do have basically an undeclared war with the Mexican cartels. Mexican cartels are also armed with and infiltrated, or I shouldn't say infiltrated, but gang forces with terrorist organizations from other countries like ISIS and Al-Qaeda and several others, including those from South Africa, Venezuela, Colombia, etc., etc. So, guys, one other thing is, I found this humorous, maybe y'all won't. One other thing is, an odd thing is that since we heard about that Learjet 55 that went down, I saw this article. Not even a scratch, China claims its Type 55 destroyer, aided by drone mothership, repelled U.S. Navy fleet in war games. Type 55. It's kind of a slap in the face. Not even a scratch, claiming China didn't do it. That's right in our face. Thought that was kind of cool. Coast Guard getting in on doing deportation, getting them out of Texas and California. The rioting's been going on in California, and I heard also in Arizona and other places. against ICE and trying to fight them, we're leading up to things a much more dangerous situation. One of the things I found kind of humorous, maybe you won't yourselves, but someone sent me this little meme. I'll bring it up here. Cannibal tribe in New Guinea confirms they're willing to take 5 refugees per week. Kind of a bad humor, attempt at humor, but I thought it was funny because I have bad taste. Go away. Yeah, here. One more thing is, I saw that, so of course I had to reply to the guy's comment that sent me that looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. I have a bad sense of humor, I guess. Anyway, I hope y'all have a groovy day, guys. And just remember, guys, I'm just pointing this out here. To me, it's obvious what's going on, that basically the United States has declared war on the cartels. One more thing I want to bring up here, and I've talked about this before a little bit, but Trump's plan is to secure the land from here, Greenland, which is near, of course, Russia over here. This is Finland, Denmark, Sweden, etc., etc. And we're going to secure our land all the way down to here. So far, he has basically confirmed cooperation from Greenland, Canada, down through Central America, all the way to the northern part of South America, including Venezuela. The Amazon area right here is all tribes. It's hard to get that under control, but we will finally get down at least to here and the coastal areas. And a lot of people's catching on to what I've been saying right now. I'll go further into it. But Trump is not what he seems. One little clue right now, there is legislation going in right now for Trump to be able to serve 3 consecutive terms. Kind of odd, huh? But yeah, so far we have confirmed cooperation, almost making these places territories of the United States. Cooperation of all these areas from here all the way down to the northern part of South America. Make America great, right? I hope y'all have a groovy day and take my words to heed. I think I'm not too far from the truth. Have a groovy day. Do something nice for somebody besides yourself, even if it's a text message or a phone call. Later, taters.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!